I started from manufacturing, yeah. And we work at Makati building first, and then after we moved to campus, and to about 15 years I've been there.
Well, I started in January of '89 with the Plus Development subsidiary, and I was manager of electrical and firmware development. And, I did that. Well, Plus Development became the commercial products group, and I continued to manage electrical and firmware groups there for a total about 3.5 years.
I started with Quantum in 1991 in APE group, and 6 years later, I believe, I would transfer to FA group for Stratus at that time, I believe.
Okay, I started working at Quantum at 1991 to 1996, and I worked at HDA, disk drive assembly, and I was the team coordinator in the clean room in building 1, and I was working with Harvey Tom. He is my manager.
See, I started in Quantum February of 1993, and the division was, I think it was called DPSG at the time, but it's gone through so many permutations at that time, but it was the drives that they made at MKE, and I was part of production planning. So we were the people that worked with MKE to order the drives.
Oh, okay. So I started at Quantum in '94 in IT, and I was working on the Oracle implementation, doing change management and communications.
Okay, and we know that as, some of us know it as WARP.
WARP, right?
What did WARP stand for?
Worldwide Ask Replacement Project.
Okay.
Plus was spun off from Quantum very early. It was about '83, I believe. So Quantum had only existed for about 3 years, and they spun off Plus Development. It was an independent corporation with Quantum had quite a bit of ownership in it. I don't remember the percentages. But in around '88, Quantum was losing money horribly, and Plus Development was very profitable. And there was a quote in the Merck a couple of years later. I can't even remember who was CEO at the time. Steve Berkeley, I guess, said if it hadn't been for Plus, Quantum wouldn't have survived those years.
My responsibility is to run the line. Whatever the manager in the morning just told me to do how many disk drives a day to build. So if they told us to build a 900 disk drive a day, we have to finish 100 drive a day because we have a 3 shift, and everybody are competing to each other. They want, if the day shift, they ask us to 900, and the swing shift they're making about maybe 1,000. It's really competitive. And also, if whoever's whoever is going to the restroom or something, I took over their position, because we are using the conveyor belt that all the drives are going in front of you, station by station. And at the same time, I also a robotic operator under this load. So every time they have a problem with this load, I have to call the maintenance or the engineer. If they cannot find they cannot find the problem, the engineer has to come. So
They had so many problems, beginning too, like contamination problem, and stuff. We go there every day. We don't do nothing many times. Yeah.
Because you had to wait till they fix it?
Yeah, because of the contamination problem and stuff. So we just waited all the time.
Well, early '93, one piece of the commercial products group was the design engineering folks. and they decided to keep, rather than spreading us amongst the various design teams, they decided to start a new little division with us, the Personal Computer Enhancement Products Group. There were 21 of us, and this was in the days of Bill Miller, CEO. He came and met with us, and he said he wanted us to come up with a new product line, not disk drives, something that would have higher profit margins, because disk drive business was becoming very much a commodity, and he wanted something with higher margins. So we were working on trying to come up with some add-in cards, something to enhance PCs. And we actually started working on a SCSI host adapter. Got it to a prototype stage. That's about 3.5 months after he gave us our charter. He came back and said, well, since disk drive margins are so thin, we don't have any money left to fund this group. So our jobs were eliminated. Most of us found other jobs within Quantum, but a couple were unlucky. After 48 hours, they didn't have other jobs, and security came and grabbed them and took their badges and walked them out the door.
What year was this about?
This